All right, bro.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Three, two, one.
Mm. Yeah, I can get down with this beat, bro. Can't wait for tonight.
You guys start or what?
Fuck yeah. I just wanted to hear a little bit more of that because I love that fucking beat real quick. Hold on. Uh, uh. Fuck yeah, I'm ready to play now. What's up, guys? We're back again with another pod from me, Ben. Um, Welcoming you guys here. Today we're doing a special with 3 defenders. Well, actually 4 now because Ben's playing CB for us. We're going to go ahead and dive into what they do on a daily basis. Guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Smack. I'm Benja703. I play CB for Valencia.
And I am actually in a space that I'm not used to being in because I've never played CB in my life and I'm ass at it. With that, with that said, you already know where I'm at. Actually, today was something that's been long in the works because I've been trying to get 3 top CBs, and for one reason or another, we haven't been able to give you guys the content. But we're going to start doing that more and more. Me and Ben are actually going to introduce a segment where we're going to do a daily dose. It's going to be 15 minutes from here on out, and we're going to try and give you guys as much content as possible every day from now on. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. How long have you guys been playing pro clubs?
Oh wow.
Did you guys actually start playing center back like when you started pro clubs? Never went back. What do you prefer now? The reason why I say that is because a lot of people that I know that play CB now, that are like top CBs, played striker at some point. Like I feel like knowing that position kind of gives you an advantage when you're playing CB. I think Ben's actually going through that transition now too,
Yeah, I started off in the midfield and worked my way back to defense.
which wasn't planned.
It wasn't, but I had to do it for the team. It's kind of hard finding a really good center back, even though I didn't know I was like really good at it. But I took the sacrifice and went back and I'm doing pretty well at it. Top 3 center back.
Lit. What what would you guys say is the hardest thing about being a defender?
Hmm. Mm.
Hold on real quick, guys. Give me a second. Ben, are you hearing that? Looks like a loud. Whose mic is that? Can you check real quick? It's either I think it's Smack. Yeah. Your mic's like giving off like a loud sound right now. Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. A lot better now. A lot better. All right. So back to what you were saying. Was that Thomas? Oh, Claudio. Which this is funny though, because I was just playing with Claudio right now, and he was playing left back, and I don't know if a lot of people understand like the switch from playing outside to center back is totally different because it's a whole different build, a whole different ball game. Can you do that easily, Claudio? Like just hop over to the side if you're asked to? Yeah, especially when you're playing with people that you never play, that you've never played with before, which is crazy because we kind of put that team together in 5 minutes. Well, how important do you think chemistry is when you're playing defense? Hmm. Oh, 9 times out of 10, that doesn't go well, man. And and I think that's why, yeah, and I think that's why our defense at Valencia is so well because Chris and Benja actually know each other. I don't think it is that a plus for us, Ben. You think?
I think so, cause we're not afraid to like get on each other and like really like let each other know what to do or what they're doing wrong or what to fix. So I think it's better if you know them better personally or whatever.
Would you say you and Thomas have a relationship like that, Claudio, where it's almost like telepathic, if anything? Who would you call your? Yeah, go ahead. I hear you, cause there's a lot of that position is so weird because there's a lot of people that are aggressive. There's a lot of people that are a little more conservative. You can't have both like two aggressive center backs because you're gonna be wide open in the middle, right? Who would you say is like your perfect partner, Smack? What would you guys say is the hardest pass to make out of the back? I know a lot of people like to keep it simple. There's some center backs that are a little bit more playmakers, like you see them like with square ball. Sometimes you see guys with L1 triangle. What would you say is probably the hardest one out of all those? Right. Thomas? And that's not only like in open play, that's like on the free kicks too, right? What would you do you guys actually push up at all when like, corner kicks come around, those free kicks or they're like either side of the box, do you guys tend to move up for those or do you like take turns? What is that like? Mhm. Claudia. It's over at Valencia, we get a little mix of two. Like we have Ben and we have Alejandro, and somehow Alejandro has like 4 goals or 3 goals. How many does he have?
He has 5 goals.
He has 5 goals,
Yeah,
and
he
they were
always tells
all
me to go
clutch.
back. He never lets me stay up there on the corners.
He doesn't let you flourish.
Nah.
Ah, shit. No. We're gonna get you some goals in, hopefully, eventually. Um, I- Considering that you guys rarely score, like it isn't too often, you know. Do you guys feel like you don't get enough recognition? You ever feel like you're not appreciated in the squad? Mm. So, right. Because you guys are keeping the whole squad in the game, basically. Mhm. I hear you. So, because I feel like you guys aren't being honest enough. Do you guys think that a center back could win the Golden Ball this season? Do you think it's possible? Mm,
Yeah, he's doing well.
you
He's
think?
like top 10, I think, for the Ballon d'Or.
Because like for me, because what we're going through at Valencia, it's been rough, dude. And the best thing that we have right now is that defense. And if we do happen to like say win the championship, it'll be because of that defense. And I think in each of your clubs, I think that's going to be pivotal for you guys to become champions is your defense. Um, if you guys happen to fall off, do you think that'll probably be the reason why you don't win? Because we're dealing with that right now, bro. We don't even have the same two strikers we started with, bro. Because finishing has been such an issue. All the goalkeepers in this league know what they're doing. Oh yeah, definitely. Because I don't remember a game that was higher than maybe 4-1, 3-1, maybe. There's probably been a couple ass whoopings, but I don't see any of the top teams losing by more than a goal or two. It just goes to show that you guys are actually doing your job. If you guys had to give a top 5 CB list in the league right now, who would you put on that list? All three of y'all could do that. Yeah. Give me 5 of your top CBs in the league, each one of you. The Hexables? Oh, steroids. Claudia? Oh. No, go ahead. No, go ahead, Tom. Sorry. Nice. Claudia? Finally, get some
Hmm.
love. Benji, who's on your top five?
Alejandro, shout out to my teammate. Smack. I've played with Domi before. He's a real beast back there. Claudio's on my team as well, so I know he's a beast. And I think Two Hearts as well.
Nice, nice. So basically, we've got four out of maybe the top 10 right
That's why we're
here.
here.
Exactly. It makes sense, and unfortunately, we couldn't have Alejandro here, or else, we'd have him putting in his 2 cents as well. Uh,
Mm.
it's just
We're all
crazy to
here.
see. Yeah, it's crazy to see how important that position is and how much it's improved since the beginning of EPJ. I wasn't there at the beginning, but just from what I'm hearing from you guys, it's a whole different level, and it's probably the most competitive spot right now. Considering the top 10, I don't think minus maybe a couple teams that aren't playing with full squads. I think every team has like a solid, at least one solid CD, at least if that. Um, would you guys encourage more offensive players to try to play defense?
Yes. It's easy to put blame on us.
That's what I'm thinking, because I mean, a striker can miss 4 shots in a game, and they'll still say, "Yo, come on, come on." But if the second you lose like a cross, like in the 88th minute, and like you weren't able to clear it, it's a header that goes in. It just feels like the weight of the world just gets dropped on you guys. Would you guys agree?
Especially when it's a scramble in the box and you're trying to clear it and it's like almost impossible to clear it. That's like the most intense few seconds ever. Yeah, those still hurt.
I hate. What? I don't like to point fingers. And I think that's something that's important for every like manager or captain is to like avoid saying what the fuck. You could have done this and that. When you guys are on the field, what's your audio like in game? Are you guys like motivational? Do you tend to be quiet? Like, how do you go about in games?
Yeah, in Valencia, me and Chris, we really know each other well, so we don't really communicate. Like even when we like switch sides, we don't really have to tell each other. We just know like where to cover and what's going on. The only time we actually communicate is like when there's like a counter coming on and there's like a run far post or something. I just point it out like, hey, watch the back, watch far post, something like that.
Is it just because the relationship's there, or is it just because you rather focus? Because I know a lot of players that don't use mics, and they tend to be the ones that are. I don't want to say this wrong, but they tend to be very skilled. I don't know. Maybe I don't think I can name one player that I know that doesn't play with a mic that isn't a good player. And I've asked him before. I'm like, so why do you not use a mic? and they'll tell me, oh well, it just keeps me more focused. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, there's sometimes where I'm frustrated and I don't use my mic, but I think the whole aspect of this co-op thing is the fact that you have that plus with the audio, being able to talk to each other. Would you say that it's important to be able to speak to each other in games?
Obviously.
Because I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be able to talk to players, and I think that's something that I guess some people can work around not being able to talk to somebody. But me, for instance, and I've Benji and Chris have gotten on me about it. They're always like, keep your mic on, keep your mic on. Even I get discouraged sometimes. They're like, nah, keep your mic on, keep your mic on. And I've noticed that like if you're not really listening to what's going on, that can easily just ruin a team. You can make the wrong pass when they told you to go left, or they told you through ball, and then you're fucking kicking it over the defense, like doing something stupid. I think the communication aspect, and if anything on defense, is like the most important. I don't think there's a defense that doesn't speak well to each other that isn't successful. Would you say that's the reason to your success right now at PSG, Thomas? Because you guys are playing with three in the back. What's that like? What side are you on? What kind of formation are you playing, Smack? What's like the chemistry between the center defensive mids? Are they really deep, or do they tend to drift a little bit? Is it like having a stopper? Dude, that's crazy, dude. I don't know how the hell that happened to us the other night. We played a team with no keeper, and we're like, "Oh, we got this," but we got too confident. Like, I think when you see that there's no keeper, it just makes you careless, bro. You be wanting to take these dumb shots instead of like playing like how you normally would. You know what I mean? Are you guys benefiting from that?
Snatch.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
For PSG's for my interest in them at least. What is your relationship like with your keeper? Is he like a guy that you can play back to, or is he does he prefer to have the ball? Like, would he rather you just clear it? What's it like? Hmm. Right, because you got two wing players. Really, you got an LM and an RM, right? In that formation. Are you guys playing with five in the midfield, or is it four? Okay. And then like Pierre kind of like comes in and out, like checks in. Nice, nice. How's the transition been to Leicester, Claudio? Yeah, I had a great defense, bro. Who was your center back partner in Bayern? Oh, Queen's kid. What was that relationship like? Was it? Would you say that the errors or the mistakes, if you will, were they coming from your outside backs, or was it like a midfield thing, like they're just losing the ball? Because I know you got like. To be honest, bro, I didn't expect Benja. I mean Benja. I didn't expect Bayern not. I didn't expect them to do that bad. I thought you guys were going to be fine, be a top five team. So what I'm getting at is, was it more than just the defense? It was it like a just like a collectively, it just didn't sync up. Y'all had all the names, bro. Y'all had what was it? Quaz, Exotic, yeah, Staffy and Batman on outside wings. Who was playing striker? Ace Kyle. Oh, left forward. Oh, okay. Oh man, I feel bad because I know Nick personally, and I know he knows how to build teams, and I just wasn't expecting that. And yeah. But I mean, it's good that you know you're out of that situation though. What
Hmm.
happened? Ta-
Damn.
Ooh, damn. You could have had him, Nick. You could have had him. Shout out Nick Gaetano. Um, coming into our next segment, which is something I like to do with a lot of the guys. I give it's called Jiga. Um, fuck man, I already forgot the damn name. It's basically a PK shootout. Yeah, Jigga's PK shootout. I'm gonna give you guys 5 questions. It's just gonna be rapid answers. I'll give you 2 options, and then you're gonna basically tell me which one you prefer. So without further ado, first question is Nike or Adidas? Nike all around. All right. Ronaldo or Messi? Ooh.
Mm.
I gotta write these down. I gotta make sure because I'm gonna ask y'all again later on down the road. Hopefully y'all don't change up. Philly cheesesteak or cheeseburger? Bacon on top. Y'all some fatties, bro. Drake or Kendrick Lamar? Mm. All right, and then my last question. This is basically four. You got 4 options on this one. What league do you prefer more? The BPL, the Bundesliga, Serie A, or La Liga? Ooh,
Hmm.
can we get some insight on those answers real quick? What? A lot of people tell me that's just a two-man league, bro. True, true. I can see why though. The passing's definitely there in La Liga. Thomas. Oh. No, 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 no. Go ahead. Oh hell yeah. And it's anybody's game in the BPL, and that's kind of what the Bundesliga is starting to turn into. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's kind of like it's getting to that point where like any team could knock off one of the top few guys, and that middle of the table competitiveness is really close, and that's what I've always appreciated about the BPL. Is that like I feel like any team, like even the bottom three, could still upset like a Chelsea or a Man U. I mean, you saw what happened with Leicester. Nobody saw that coming. Mm-hmm. Seriously. Um, one thing that I was gonna ask you guys, and this is kind of like off topic. The league now is implementing more and more perks into becoming premium members, and this doesn't go for just like players that are managers and stuff. This goes to like our actual players that are like on the field and just putting their little bit in. Are you guys interested at all in becoming premium members? And if you aren't, I'd like to know why. And if you are, the same as well. And no, no, go ahead, go ahead. What's it gonna take for you guys to consider becoming premium members or renewing, for in Claudio's case, your membership? What do you think is important? Hmm. Like actual merchandise, gifts. And this is part of why I do this podcast because I feel like a lot of the players, like even like guys like Thomas, I've never spoke to him ever. This is my first time speaking to him, and I always knew about him. I'm just like, well, this guy's really humble. I wonder if I could ever get an interview with him. And it gives me this podcast literally gives me these opportunities to meet players that I necessarily don't play with. Do you guys think this is like a good thing for the league? Awesome, awesome, guys. You'd be surprised how many of these we've done, guys, and something always happens. Like someone's mic isn't on, or like something doesn't get saved. Like now that we're constantly in it now, this is something that we're gonna plan on doing every day. And I want to get you guys, if you're ever available during the day, like it could be any day, because we're gonna be doing a 15-minute pod every day from now on. Just give me a shout, give me a message, like yo, I'm down to do the daily dose with you. You know what I'm saying? Feel free, and everybody who hasn't been on the show or is listening right now, feel free to message me. And you know what I'm saying? You guys are always welcome to join me and Benja, because this is for y'all. You know what I mean? This isn't just about me and Benja here. This is for y'all, and we're trying to make it so that everybody in VPG is listening, bro. This is trying to expand to just further than America. We're trying to get the European side in on this shit, and we can't do that without y'all. And I thank everybody who's listening. I thank Claudio. I thank Thomas. Thanks Smack for being a part of this. Shout out to Benja. You guys got any shout outs? Go ahead and throw them out right now. Who's finally back. Who's finally back. Oh shit. Benji, you got a shout out?
Shout out to my center back partner, #1 defender right now. Shout out to Valencia. We're gonna take it all over.
Yeah, that shout out to Valencia. And shout out to Matt Dahan. We got some shit coming up. You know what I'm saying? I see you, bro. Alright guys, and actually keep in mind I'm going to be doing a one-on-one exclusive with Wheezy F Baby. That's going to be coming out soon. That's going to be a long shot segment. Those are 30 minutes as well, so you know, just be on the lookout. It's actually news to him because I didn't even tell him, but I know he's been dying to hop in a pod. So Wheezy, be ready, bro. Alright guys, thank you for being here. You know, until next time, this has been you know, a great pod, another top defender segment, and we're gonna do more of these. So you see these that weren't a part of this time, you're gonna be on the next one. All right, I promise you that. Holla at me. Peace.
Peace.